I'm aligning myself with the light. Grand Rising, if you want to learn about manifesting your greatest life, this is the live for you. I think I was visiting another planet last night. Actually, I know that I was. It's very, very strange. Why? I feel like, I don't know, whatever. What's up, everyone? Great way to start our week. With light, with manifestation. Let's go. Nancy's here for it. We're ready. I'm reading from a new book today. Hi. I'm reading from Open Your Mind to Receive by Catherine Ponder. My sister actually recently mentioned this woman to me, and it's weird because I had already saved a couple of her videos. My sister and I are just always in sync, but she's way ahead of me by years. My sister's been reading and learning and studying manifestation for probably 20 years. So I was a little bit further behind her on it, but she was always teaching. What's up, them? I was just watching a video of Bashar. We love Bashar. And what he was talking about was, this is going to be a big one for everybody because it's a challenge. And it is not reacting to negativity that people throw at you or negativity that has manifested into your life. How many people can say that they can do that? I just don't react. If I get in a fight with somebody, I don't let it ruin my mood. If something bad happens, I don't let it overtake or take over my day. Is anybody in here able to do that? Because for my entire life, I was not. You put me in a bad mood, I was going to be in a bad mood for probably days. Now, after you master this, that actually wasn't by Bashar, that was a different video, but I'll get into the other thing about Bashar. When you're able to, maybe you get into a disagreement. A friend shared a video from you and I was impressed. I'm glad he did. Love your attitude. Thank you, Maddie. So, I'm struggling with it sometimes. It is difficult, right? To not allow someone to alter your energy field. Excuse me. Perfect. I've been in a quest to master this. So once we understand, like, how we begin to master our minds, then we're like, okay, well, if I could master, like, how I'm thinking so that I can alter my reality, we still have to work on the outside factors because manifestation is an inside job. It's, it's tapping into the energies from the inside out. But if there are still people and situations that present themselves in your three-dimensional reality that do really get under your skin, that's where a big part of the work needs to be done. Because if you could master when you're fighting with someone that their energy field, their negativity does not penetrate your energy field, imagine how powerful that is. That if you're arguing with somebody and they're really mean to you, or you have, you get into a scenario, like say you get into a fender bender, some people just get really upset about it and, oh my God, I have to pay for this, and da, da, da. If you can master not having negative experiences alter your reality, you're getting that much closer to really, really creating the reality that you want. And it's not always easy. But once we master that, it's like, damn, I'm powerful. I am powerful, our I amness. Then we know true power when we don't allow other people to come into our life and F shit up. People come, and I'm going to read about, there's a part about this called problem people. Yes, problem people. So we're going to get into that. So it's a good way, or a good introduction to open your mind to receive, which we're going to get into. But I also wanted to talk about what I read, or what I noted down with Bashar. And he says, you already have everything that you need. In this reality, so manifestation, you're not going out into the universe to look for the things that you want. My manifestation is out there. It already exists. Everything that we want already exists. The person that we want to manifest already exists. The most amazing job or career already exists. Your amount of success already exists, right? Everything that you want, your perfect home, whatever it is, it already exists. You're not going out there to find it to try to get it, right? You're not going out to a bar or a restaurant in hopes that you meet the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams. It could so happen that they end up there, but you're not going places to just say, well, I just need to help the universe a little bit to attract the things I want. I'm just going to help. I'm going to desperately seek. When you seek something, it means you don't have it. So that means you're coming from a state of lack. When you are looking for things, why isn't it here yet? How does this manifestation work? This is stupid. It's only through being a magnet. And I said this before, the word manifesting is just a word. But how the universe works is just, you're literally a magnet. You're a magnet to everything that you believe to be true. So if you believe I'll always be single, I'll always be alone, I'll never find the person that I want, you're holding the magnet of I'll always be alone and I will never get the things that I want. So the same thing magnetizes to that into your reality, right? That's all that manifestation is. Manifesting is just a word that describes your magnetism or your magnetism. I think I just made up that word. So if we understand that I can only attract the things that I believe to be true every single day, and then still wonder why I don't have the things that I want in my reality. Everything already exists. It's just about becoming a magnet to it. And what does that mean to become a magnet to the things that you want? It's understanding the frequency that it's on, which means feeling it deeply in your core, even though you don't have it. It's retraining your mind, your subconscious mind, that I'm worthy of something amazing. I'm worthy of having a great life. I'm worthy of having an amazing, trustworthy, safe, loyal relationship. That's how you become a magnet to the things that you want, is feeling it to already have happened. And Bashar is talking about not even like if you're manifesting marriage, don't manifest the day of your marriage. Manifest a month, 3 months, a year later that you're in your perfect home with the love of your life and it just feels natural. Manifesting your perfect job or career or life or whatever it is. Think about already having it. It's happening right now. I'm so happy and grateful that I have the most beautiful home and it has this amount of bedrooms or whatever it is, right? When we are able to stay in the state of the wish fulfilled, that's how it becomes normal to us. We normalize our misery. We normalize not getting the things that we want. And when we normalize these type of feelings, we are holding the magnet that says, I never get what I want. So the universe can only give you more of that same type of feeling of I never get what I want. So what reality are you choosing to live and walk in every single day? Are you walking in the blind faith that my life is perfect? Everything always works out perfectly for me. I have all the things that I could ever need and more. Joanna says, I've given up on love so it won't come to me. And that's exactly the magnet that you hold. There's some people like, oh, there's, it's just too hard out there. Dating is difficult. Like even in your conversations that you have with people. Oh yeah, dating is crazy today. Dating is just way too hard. I gave up on that. That's the magnet that you hold to yourself. That is what is literally attracted to you. Is more alone, more loneliness, more not having. So if you believe dating is just crazy today, dating is too hard, everybody's messed up, there's not enough good men, where are all the good men? There's no good men left. or all women cheat, whatever it is, you're literally holding that magnet. So Joanna, this is a reminder for you. You're holding the magnet that says, there ain't nobody out there for me. So that magnet attracts more of nothing. They're not out there. So how could you attract someone for you if you don't believe that they're out there? Having the blind faith that I'm in the most amazing relationship. This guy is so perfect for me. Write it down. Your words are energy, so be careful what you put out into the world. And I always say this all the time. Florence Shin, your words are your wand. When we talk about, I gave up on dating. Dating is so difficult. Your words are your wand. So the universe can only reflect that back to you. Yeah, you're right. It's so hard for dating, yet you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. Right? That's all that it is. We're just a magnet to the things that we believe to be true about ourselves. And Bashar was talking about being, especially before we go to sleep, the most important time to visualize is as you're falling asleep, when you're going into your different brainwave frequency that is most impressionable for the subconscious mind, right? So, as we're falling asleep, visualize. What is it that you want? And you don't visualize it from a state of lack, you visualize it from a state of having. What would it be like? What would my life be like if I had X amount of dollars in my bank account? How would I dress? What would I think? I would probably not worry about many things. I can afford all these things. I'm just giving examples of scenarios. If you had the most amazing job that paid you the money that you wanted, what would your life be like? How would it feel to go to that job every single day? These are just little things that hopefully help to make people understand how powerful our minds are. When we're no longer allowing the negative interaction we've had with somebody, when we're no longer allowing that to alter our day, because we become that powerful, that someone else's negativity is just a reflection of who they are and what they're dealing with. Even if someone says things that are so mean to you, when you become that powerful to not allow the words to penetrate you, you've reached a different level of power. Some people, this is a prime example. There are people in my family that have not spoken to each other for 30 years. What's it like to hold on to that kind of negativity, anger, resentment, hatred? What do you think that does to your life? When you're holding on to something and you're allowing that to literally just be the driving force behind your energy field, that you're miserable every day because you hate this family member and you hold on to that resentment and that anger every single day, you'll never be happy. What do you think that does to you? It causes sickness. It manifests into physical illness when we hold on to that. Like 30 years that you don't talk to a family member, I'll show them. It's all ego driven, right? But when you become so powerful that you don't allow negativity to penetrate you, because once that their negative energy penetrates you, that alters who you are. That alters the thoughts that you have. That alters your ability for your own magic because you're holding on to someone else's harmful words. You're holding on to something that doesn't belong to you. So if someone is angry and mean or whatever the case is, and you allow that to penetrate you, you then hold on to their energy field. And it ruins the possibilities of what you have for yourself because you don't have energetic boundaries. Creating energetic boundaries will totally change your life because some people become depressed for months on end because of what someone else said to them. Someone else alters the entire course of their life because of the words that were said to them from someone else. But if you don't allow that to happen, Just think about how much more powerful you become. I just recently had a couple experiences that would normally have ruined my day, and I haven't responded at all, but I don't know why or what I did to get to this state. It's kind of amazing, though. You did some inner work somewhere, right? You totally did some inner work somewhere to have gotten that to that place. Oh, I feel like something's in my throat because I'm sitting near an open window, which, back in the day, it's like, oh, open the window, get some fresh air. Now it's open the window and breathe in chemtrails. Sorry. It was just a little outburst. So now we're going to get into open your mind to receive. Open Your Mind to Receive by Catherine Ponder. Okay. Now, segueing into this. Okay, wait, where did I want to start? Here. I opened the book to this page 64. Exactly, Chris. Fuck them. The law of attraction. All of the people in your world are there through the law of attraction. Either consciously or subconsciously, you have attracted them through your thoughts and feelings, either in this life or perhaps some other time. So listen to that. Either consciously or subconsciously, you have attracted the people that are in your life through thoughts and feelings, which is what we talk about all the time, either in this life or perhaps some other time. Some mystics claim that everyone you meet is someone you have known before. And I say this all the time. I've met plenty of people that have been in my life lifetimes ago. They claim that the bonds of love or hate have attracted into your life people from the past. They feel you are together again by divine appointment to learn lessons and to complete emotional assignments. Karen, I didn't know you were in here. Thank you for that. Thank you. In any event, all of your problems and all of your blessings are related to people. So developing your people consciousness is one of the greatest things you can do to improve your world. You've probably heard that quip, I love life, I just can't stand people. I know someone very well that says that every day. I hate people. That's another story. When you are concerned that people in your world, remind yourself often that no person, thing, or event can keep me from that which the universe has for me now. All that has been done against me now helps me. Maybe there are some of you in here that have a lot of people in your life that you're like, why are these people in my life? What is it? What did I do to have all these people in my life? I love you, I just can't stand life. Okay. There are those people who often gripe about the people in their world. Yet, when they are given an opportunity to bring new people into their lives, these gripers refuse to do so. They enjoy their people problems. How many of us know people that enjoy their misery? They act like they hate it, but it just gives them something to complain about. And their life is built around their misery circumstances. You know that when you call them or when you go to see them, it's going to be nothing but complaining and being negative every single time. We all know one or several people that are like this. My one grandmother was always like this. Anytime I went to her house, I knew that she was going to complain and she was going to bash my father. And it was from when I was a kid. So imagine like going to see your grandmother and like wanting to have a nice time and there was nothing but negativity all the time. The name of the book is pinned. They enjoy their people problems. They really don't want freedom from them. I once knew a lady who was widowed and very lonely. She would often come to see me in the church where I served. She said she wanted something to do with her life besides visiting among her children and their families. We prayed and asked God to bring some new people into her life, and God did. One day, a member of our church introduced her to his widowed brother. They discovered they had many things in common. Both were financially independent and in good health, and when this man asked the widow to marry him, she declined, even though she had thought that that's what she wanted. Her reason? He was in his 70s and she was in her 60s, and she said he was too old for her. A loving God had tried to answer her prayer, but this widow did not want to change her people consciousness. She just wanted something to complain about. She has continued to live alone and claims she doesn't like it, but don't you believe it? There are plenty of people in this world that just want to be miserable. And when you try to take them out of their misery, they'll start a fight with you. They'll stop talking to you. When you want to try and help people that really don't want to change, they just want to complain about wanting to change, but don't have any inkling of even or desire to change. They just want something to continue to complain about. Ben, welcome. Okay. Why problem people are in our lives? How can we deliberately develop our people consciousness so it includes happy, harmonious, progressive individuals to whom we are attuned? How can we clear out of our lives the dead wood, those problem people to whom we are not attuned, whose association with us has run its course in our lives? That's a huge one. Many of us just won't let people go that have ran its course in your life, our lives. We just want to hold on for dear life to people that are no longer serving us. They serve their purpose. Even people that maybe you've been friends with for a really long time. It doesn't matter. Some people will be with you your entire life, but we have to know when to let go of the people that aren't supposed to be. Relationships, even family members, it doesn't matter. As long as you can let go of people without still holding on emotionally. Understanding that everyone has a chapter in our life, and sometimes it's not all the chapters. Sometimes it might be one chapter, sometimes it might be 5 chapters. But it's letting go when every time you try to do something with them, or every time that you spend time with them, you feel your energy is drained, you just are not in alignment anymore. But we have to allow their time to be over. I used to hold on to relationships long after they've run its course. People. But now I'm at a very, very mentally free space that I can see things for what they are and allow things to leave when they have to leave. People that I thought would be friends with forever. But in the last 3 years, which a lot of people would say the last 3 or 4 years, we have all shifted dramatically to become the higher form of ourselves. And so when we're around people that don't align anymore with our higher selves because they are used to the old version of you, and maybe you don't feel good around them anymore, are you going to continue to make plans with them? Are you going to continue to see them or give your energy to somebody that you're no longer in alignment with? So that contradicts the idea that family members haven't spoken for 30 years. How to do this practically. So the difference with that is, which is a great question, because the people that I'm speaking about in my family, they have had no resolution. The reason they're not speaking to them is because of their ego. And they're saying, if they were to see each other, they are still full of rage and anger. So when it comes to a family member, maybe that you're no longer in alignment with, for whatever the reason might be, that person steals your joy and peace. As long as you let go of those feelings, because you no longer resonate with their energy, like, I don't want to fight anymore, I don't want to do this anymore, and you have a resolution within that, that's a different thing if you no longer want to speak to a family member. As long as that 30 years that passes by, you're not holding on to anger, resentment, and bitterness that's causing you physical illness. Because the people in my family that don't speak to each other, they still have their claws out. You did this to me 30 years ago. There's a big difference between letting go of a relationship that no longer serves you and holding on to the feelings that come with whatever the falling out was 30 years down the line. There's a huge difference. I split with a friend of 30 years, and afterwards I was amazed how I felt. So that's the difference, is when you allow someone to be an anchor in your life that you're literally dragging across the ocean floor, what purpose is that serving you other than holding you back from your fullest potential? Because at the end of the day, when you see your phone ring and that person's calling you and you're just like, oh God, I don't want to talk to them. or you avoid the phone call, or you're just like, oh, I'll call them back, because you just don't want to speak to them because your energy always becomes changed. When we allow ourselves to let go of that and say, you know what, I'm grateful for the time that I had in my life with them, but that time is over. And you don't have any ill will or bad feelings. It's just like, okay, cool. Thank you for the experience, but I'm ready for something else. And that's literally making room for new experiences in your life. Versus a person that's holding on to all this anger, rage, because of what their family member did to them from 30 years ago. You're not allowing any room for anything else, because every day, and people live like this, they come from a place of anger and hatred and rage. And their entire life is built around that. And maybe the other person has completely let go of that relation, even though they're family, and just said, I wish that person well. I hope that they're doing amazing. That person has let go, and that person is now allowing room in their life for new things, while the other person that's holding on to this, and who does that person think he or she is, and I hope that they suffer and blah, blah, blah because of what they did to me. And their whole life is built around that. How could you possibly have room for anything else great to come into your life when you are just seething with hot energy every single day? Imagine that being your life every single day for decades. So this is about opening your mind to receive. A person that lives in anger every single day and doesn't let go and doesn't have forgiveness within them is not opening their mind to receive anything other than the magnet that they're holding, which is a magnet of anger, which is a magnet of that I am disrespected, which is a magnet of I am not loved, which is a magnet of I don't deserve to be happy. Alex says we're only hurting ourselves. Let it go. So problem people are in our lives by divine appointment, though the appointment may not seem to be divine. So everything that comes into our life is by divine appointment, even though we might not see it that way. Why? Problem people are in our lives because we have attracted them to us for one of two reasons. First, problem people are in our lives so we may bless them. I know everybody might not see this, or they might not even agree with it, because we're like, why would problem people be in our lives so that we may bless them? Maybe you have a gift to give them. Maybe they're not supposed to give a gift to you. Although, because problem people, there's always a learning lesson. So they're giving you a gift even if we don't see it as a gift. It's like, instead of getting a gift for Christmas, Santa's going to give you coal. If that person gives you coal, what are you going to do with it? You can use it for your fire. What can we use whatever gift this person has given us? Because every person that has done something wrong to us or that we no longer resonate with has given us some gift or message. Second, problem people are in our lives so we may learn something from them. If we resent problem people, fight with them, or criticize them, we just hold them in our lives by our strong negative emotions. Most of us have done this. I missed a comment somewhere, so let me just go and see that. What if you wake up to the reality that people just take advantage of your giving nature, not holding on to anger, just waking up, they have no respect for you? I don't know what you're really asking. What if you wake up to the reality that people just take advantage of your giving nature? She talks a lot about giving and receiving. When we give too much without the expectation of receiving, that's an imbalance. And I'm still working on that too. I love to promote small businesses or whatever it might be, and maybe because I post about it, they're making a lot of money and they offer me money and I'm just like, no, I don't want it. So for me, I'm out of alignment. For many people, it's difficult to receive. And the underlying belief system of that is either I'm not worthy or one of those things. So there's still things that I'm working on myself to be able to receive. Right? So when you give, it's not because you expect to receive, but you have to allow yourself to receive. So when you're over giving, a lot of people overgive in hopes that someone will give them a validation. Like maybe it's for a significant other or a friend, and you just keep giving and giving and giving, and they don't give anything in return. That's a self-worth thing. So it's changing the thoughts about yourself. That I am grateful and I am able to receive. I am comfortable with receiving. Many people are not. So they'll give and give and give, and then they have this resentment that they never receive back. They give and give and give and give and give. They never receive anything back. And then all of a sudden it's like, I give all the time and nobody gives anything back. Then you become angry and resentful because of that. But it's your own choices. I, whomever is making the choice to continue to give and give and give and hope that someone sees how worthy you are, hopes that someone sees how great you are. And then when they don't, you get mad at other people, but it's realistically yourself. They're only reflecting you. They're only reflecting you. That you love to give to me and you don't care about receiving. So you can only magnetize that to you. Is that I'm not worthy of receiving. I'm not comfortable with receiving. So people aren't going to give to you just based on your energy. Right? But if we realize that problem people are in our lives by divine appointment, so we may bless them, or so we may learn something from them, then it's easier for us to get the job done and be free to go on our way into new, happier relationships. And for me, with my ex of a few years back, he had so many problems and he had so much trauma. And he found the healer at the right time, right? He was a problem person. Everything was catastrophic. Every time my phone rang, my stomach would drop because everything was so catastrophic to him. So I was his teacher, I was his healer, I was literally like everything. He was in my life so that I could bless him. I healed this person so that he could do something so terrible to me when he was healed. And I had to let him go and send him on his way. And it's like he was never even in my life. Like I have no resentment toward him. Like I don't care what he does. I don't know if he's alive. But the point is that people come into our life, problem people, so that we may bless them or that we may learn something from them. And I learned a lot from him because he did love me in a very unique way. Like he was an overgiver. When we would get into fights, like he would clean our entire apartment and he would wash and fold my clothes. Like there was just a lot of different ways that he showed me love, but it was love coming from trauma. So there was a lot of trauma bonding type stuff, but I blessed him. I literally nursed this person back to health. And then I set him on his way. And I've done that for many people or many men that have come into my life and women because of what my strengths are. I know what my strengths are, right? Guys, please stop disrupting this live by being perverted. So if we resent problem people, fight with them, or criticize them, we just hold them in our lives by our own strong negative emotions. But when we realize, like, okay, this person came into my life for this. Okay, it's time to let go. It's time to let go, right? And understand that, oh, this person was in chapter 3 of my life. They're not going to be in chapter 6. But some of us hold on to people so much that we are literally blocking our blessings because of all the energy these people take up in our lifetimes that we just won't let go of. Oh, but I've been friends with this person for this many years. Oh, but he loves me. He's just like this, or she just does this sometimes. It's knowing when to let go. There's somebody else that I really respect, and he's in a marriage that has been over for years. But he's a very kind and loving person that he doesn't want to let go of his wife because I don't know what she's going to do, without me. We can't be responsible for anyone else but ourselves. We are not responsible for anyone else but ourselves and obviously our children. But for grown-ass adults, you're not responsible for them. So if you want to have the life that you want, but you're holding on to somebody that's literally your ball and chain, you're doing yourself a huge disservice because you are not maximizing your potential in this lifetime by holding on to a person that no longer serves you. So if you want to be able to manifest things, you cannot do it when you have all this like a person or people taking up all of your energy. How could you bring in something great when your energy field, your consciousness, your subconscious mind says you're not good enough to have these great things? You are attracting this person who treats you like absolute shit. So how could I give you something better when you literally won't let go of something worse? You can't. The universe can't. Your universe can't. If you let being responsible for your partner be your burden, it will drag you down. Hard to let go of someone you love when you know there's a good chance they'll fail. But that's the only way you and them will grow. And that's the truth, right? Because after he was out of my life, everything changed. Like, I was more present on my social media and stuff, and this was when 2020 happened. It was like right before 2020. It was the end of 2019. And when I started to do videos and everything went viral, I'm just going to ignore the comments that are talking about inappropriate things before I just lose my shit altogether. Okay. But once I let him go, my whole life came back to life. And then my social media blew up. And that enraged him. You should delete your social media and all this other stuff. Chris, thank you. Thank you. So when we let go of the huge anchors in our life, then you are sailing freely in the seas of your own consciousness. When you let go of the things that are holding you back, you are smooth sailing if you allow yourself to be smooth sailing. But holding on to things that pull you down, you're never going to get to the destination that you want to go to. You got to let them go. You got to let some people go. It hurt me so much. I just let go of a 15-year best friend. I now feel free and courageous. I held on for so long for the fear of not finding another best friend. When we let go of the things that no longer serve us, the floodgates open. We know in our minds when to let go of things, but we don't. And then we end up thinking about it every day, and it just consumes you. But then when you finally let go, you do feel powerful. You do feel courageous. Because like, oh wow, now there's all this free space in my mind to think about the things that I truly want. Or to become the person I truly want to be without someone else that's holding me back from my highest potential. It just happens that way. I've lost so many friends over the years. So many people that bashed me during 2020 when I stood up against all the propaganda. You know, and I'm not the person that's like, well, I was right about everything. I told you so. I don't give a shit. Whatever decisions people make, that is dependent upon where the journey is going to continue to go. So if people don't align with me and they want to go this way, that's fine. If people want to align with me and they walk with me, that's fine too. But it's just knowing when to let go. Because I want to create all the space in my life so that it's like I could be given the things that I truly want. I can no longer be affected by this drama or what this person said or how this person reacted or why this person isn't texting me or whatever it might be. It doesn't affect me anymore. Because I want to create my highest timeline. And if people are not adding to that element of my life, okay. Great. Whatever. But I won't allow it to bring me down. Okay, now you're going to be asked to leave the live because I've really just had enough. Like, I'm not here to serve perverted men. I've had huge boobs my entire life. I always wear tank tops. Get over it. Sorry. Okay. We'll finish this up. Instead of resenting and criticizing the problem people that cross your path, say to them mentally, you are in my life by divine appointment. You have crossed my path so I may learn something from you. You have crossed my path to receive my blessing. I freely give you my blessing, and I now release you to your highest good elsewhere. Let's read the last sentence again. I freely give you my blessing, and I now release you to your highest good elsewhere. Do you see that? I release you to your highest good just away from me. Get away, get away. And it's not in a mean way, but it's just knowing when to let go. Let them go. Go find your greatest good somewhere else away from me. Does anybody need to hear that again? I think you do. You are in my life by divine appointment. You have crossed my path so that I may learn something from you. You've crossed my path to receive my blessing. I freely give you my blessing, and I now release you to your highest good elsewhere. Maybe we can write that one down. That whenever I feel weak or I feel that I'm just like, oh, I just feel bad, this person's doing this or doing that. We are not responsible for anyone else's shit. We are not responsible for anyone else's shit. So when we finally allow ourselves to let go, it's like, oh, that's what I was supposed to do like 8 years ago. Yes. That's what I was supposed to do months ago. Or, oh my God, after I finally cut ties with this person, like I feel free. People will hold you energetically captive until you release yourself from them. Until you say, even if it's energetically, you no longer have a hold on me and my reality. Do you want to continue to be held energetically captive by somebody? Energetically captive is like it's altering your energy field. Like you feel shitty because this person's in your life. You feel heavy because this person's in your life. You think about it and you're like, oh, I just want to tell this person off, or I just don't want this person in my life anymore, but I don't know how to do it. That's holding yourself energetically captive from someone else's friggin' energy. And you're giving your power away. Tina, I upload them all. So I will post it on my feed. Once we understand that people are just in our life for a divine appointment, you don't go to the doctors and stay there for the rest of your life. It's your appointment. I have an appointment here and I come here at this time and then I leave. Your divine appointment with somebody might last for 3 years. It might last for 8 years. It might last for 6 months. You had your appointment with this person. And now it's time to leave. Thank you for coming and thank you for going. That's it. That's it. I left my dad's house in my wheelchair in less than a year. I could walk with my walker, and 5 years later, I'm walking without a cane. How much more freeing can that be? Maybe Benny was living with his father, and his father drove him insane and never believed in him, or whatever it was. When you free yourself from these energetic chains that you have with someone, or shackles, the energetic shackles, your life is going to change. Maybe you'll feel lost for a little bit. Maybe you'll be sad. Maybe you'll be depressed. But at the end of the day, that freeing of energy, there is no amount of money that can make you feel the sense of freedom that you feel when you finally walk away from an energetic shackle that maybe you should have done a long time ago. So that was a lot about people this live. But in order to attract the things that you want, it's leaving behind the things that you don't want. That is the magnet of manifestation. So I hope that was helpful. I'm going to repost. And again, that book was Open Your Mind to Receive by Catherine Ponder. You're welcome, darling. We all need the reminders to let go of the things that don't serve us. We all need those reminders. Sometimes you just don't know how. Sometimes you just need to hear it again. Sometimes you just need to hear it again and again and again and again, repeatedly, until you're like hitting the forehead with the message. Jan. But eventually we get it. Eventually it sinks in if you allow it to. Eventually it sinks in when you stop making excuses for the people in your life that aren't really supposed to be there anymore. When I walked away from my father, I had physical releases, like pops in my chest. It felt like my heart chakra was blowing open. Weight literally lifted off my chest. Because it starts to manifest into the physical. When you are so damaged by someone that's in your life, it will start to manifest with chest pains or with back pains or knee pain, hip stuff. Our emotions are stored in our hips. Like, it will begin to manifest in those ways. And then when you let go, you're like, that's so weird. My neck doesn't hurt anymore. Because the pain in my neck is no longer in my life. It's all connected. It's all connected. I will be gifting that book to someone that is toxic. We'll see where this goes. I hope it goes somewhere good. If not, you got to let them go, Mad. You got to let them go. Okay, everyone. I'll see you on Wednesday. Have an amazing day. Get out into the sun if you can. I'm going to be sun worshiping today. And I had a download last night, but I'll tell you guys about it once I finish the little mission of it. And then I want to share it with all of you to be able to do it too. And it's going to be fun. And this all has to do with letting go of things. This idea came to me because I'm like, I need to put these tank tops in a drawer. And I have so many tank tops. You guys know how many tank tops I have because that's all that I wear. And I'm like, I need to give away the ones that I don't want. So it's Lee, I'm jealous that you're going to the beach because I'm not going to the beach. I will be soon. But this idea came to me by wanting to give. So I'm excited to talk about it. I just want to finish it first and get that ready so that people can use the thing. But I can't tell you what the thing is yet. So have a beautiful day, and I will chat with you guys later. Karen, I know, homework assignments. This is going to be a homework assignment, but I just have to finish it first. Love y'all.